Good evening, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
evening.
joining. And this is Ekene Modupe Adeniji on Relationship Talk Show with Modupe. Please pardon my voice for tonight. I've got a sore throat. So just take me as I am. And we're just going to kick on and people will join in when they join in. And on Facebook as well, thanks for joining. God bless you all. We're looking at a new topic tonight. It's new to us. It might not be new to some people. It's a new topic to me. It's a new topic I'm doing research on because it seems to be something in vogue, if I can use that word. Something that is going up and down now, narcissism. What is this narcissist thing? What is it all about? I want to know what it is. And if you end up marrying a narcissist as a man or as a woman, and you don't even know before you got yourself into it, how do you manage the situation? And all that. So I have with me tonight my beautiful sister. She's an author. I think she's beat me to it already now. While I was doing author hero, I think she's done like 4 or 5 now. So she's not my senior.
Even though you started before me,
In fact, so it's not about who started.
partaking is allowed.
To God be all the glory. And she's not new on the talk show. And that's Sister Kemi Iwale saying we're going to be taking us through narcissism. So please have your pen and paper if you want to jot anything down. And if you have question at any point in time, please raise your hand. If not, she's just going to keep talking and talking and talking. If you have any question or something you want her to explain more, or there's an example or something you think you just raise your hand up and she'll allow you. Okay, without much ado, Auntie Kemi, you have the floor, ma.
Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon if you are joining us from the US and all that. Like she said, my name is Kemi Iwalesi, and I'm a domestic abuse recovery coach. I'm a life coach too. Thing is, a few years ago, I think about 6 years ago, when I stumbled on the word narcissism. And as I was reading it, I was so enthralled that I had actually lived with a narcissist. And I didn't know. I just knew something was not right, but I couldn't place what it was. One thing is basically what is narcissism. There's a personality disorder. There's something we call narcissistic personality disorder. That had to be diagnosed and treated. Just like when somebody has cancer, goes to the hospital, is diagnosed, has high blood pressure, goes to the hospital and diagnosed. That's how that personality disorder ought to be diagnosed and treated. So it's a mental health condition. But we have some people that are narcissistic, not to that extreme. They are still narcissistic. And basically, they lack empathy. They don't know how to think about other people. They are self-centered. In psychology, we say they have a great sense of entitlement. The world revolves around them. They don't care who you are. Either they are their wife or their husband. They don't care, even their child. They don't. The world revolves around a narcissist. They are selfish. I will just be very blunt. They are selfish. They don't think about you. They don't care about you. But one thing is, if somebody is like that, I'm sure you'll be wondering, how would I fall in love with somebody who is self-centered, who is selfish? There's a way they do their things. They groom their victims. They come to you showing you so much love. Don't show me love. Obviously, I won't fall in love with you. Let me tell you something they do. There's something we call love bomb. that love will just be overwhelming. That love will be choking you, as in choking you.
Hmm.
They come with so much love. Everything you like, everything you love, they will begin to do it. Follow you to your church. They will follow you to your mosque. They will do anything and everything. Take you to fall in love with them because you see them as your perfect soulmate.
Hmm.
And one thing they do is because they are acting, they can't do it for a very long time.
Hmm.
So immediately they meet you, they want exclusivity. Quickly, I want to marry you. You are the only one I've chosen. You know, it's love bomb. Everywhere you look, you wake up in the morning messages, calling and everything.
And your head is in the sky.
Obviously. But one thing is they demand for exclusivity very, very fast. Remember, they are acting. That's not them.
Hmm.
So they can only do it for a while. Want to have put you in a cage, so to say.
Hmm.
So they can quickly get married to you. They can just make you, it's just an exclusive relationship. I'm dropping other people for you. It's only you. You are the love of my life. They will put your head in the clouds. Then immediately you fall in love with them because you are normal now. They begin to show their traits. In my book, I wrote about the 3 stages. There's the stage where they love bomb you and all that, and they will do it to everybody around you. So everybody around you will be seeing you as a lucky girl, a lucky woman, a lucky man. Don't miss this guy, don't miss this woman. But they'll be so kind, they'll be so nice and do everything.
Hmm.
And after they have captured you, there's a stage we call the discard stage. They
Oh no.
begin to do some things that you just be wondering. Forget this somebody that loved you, somebody that was showing you so much love. If there's any change, you begin to question yourself. You begin to wonder what you have done. Make that love to begin to wane. You begin to wonder what you have done. You begin to question your sanity. Because they will gaslight you. Oh my goodness. Narcissists will gaslight you.
What's gaslight again?
Gaslighting is putting, you've done something wrong, and you're telling the person, oh, you've done this thing. They push it onto you. They will push it as if you are the one that caused that thing.
Okay.
They will make it look as if you are the one that is doing that thing. That is why I said you begin to question your sanity.
Hmm.
Because somebody has done something and you brought it to him or her, say, oh, darling, this thing I noticed. And you begin to ask you, oh, this thing you did, remember, he has transferred it back to you. He begin to ask you questions. He begin to push the thing to you. They never take responsibility. Never.
Hmm.
They don't. That is why they don't apologize.
Hmm.
And if they apologize, the apology, you'll be questioning the apology.
There's a purpose.
Okay, sorry that you are angry about the way I do my things normally. So that's making it look as if you are mad. So they don't genuinely apologize. They don't. They don't feel they should apologize. They don't feel they can do anything wrong. They require admiration all the time. If you go out with them and somebody is maybe giving you a compliment or somebody is looking at you as saying, oh, you look good, it makes them feel less than themselves and they are going to attack you.
Wow.
They are going to attack you. They will begin to manipulate you. Oh, that person that said that thing didn't mean it, was so I just wanted to, they will say things. There's nothing anybody says about you to make you feel good that they won't deflate you.
Wow.
Deflate you. And narcissists are arrogant. They are very arrogant. They are too arrogant. Life, like I said, is all about them. And they seek validation at all times. They want you to always say they are doing something very good. They must always be doing something very good. A lot of times, what they do is they go to people who are natural empaths. People have what they don't have. You know, I told you they lack empathy. So they go to people who are naturally, you know, who normally put themselves in other people's shoes. Person, if
Who
I've
are
done it this way,
empathic.
this person will do that. Yes. Oh, maybe this person will do that one. Those are the people that they are actually attracted to. Because it's easy to manipulate those ones. Naturally, those ones are like
They are helpers,
nurturing.
they are giver, they
They are
just want to help.
nurturers. Yes, they are nurturers. So those are the people that they actually use pick as their victims, because it's easy for them to get manipulated easily. They are very manipulative. They dominate conversations. Like I said, everything is about them. Everything is about them. They must all be shining, always shining, and everything. Anything that puts a hole in that they are shining, you will see their other side.
Hmm.
And if you are their partner, it is you that they will put things on. I was saying something, and somebody was saying something. You didn't say something against that person. There's a discussion going on. 3-5 people are discussing. They are not winning.
Hmm.
Fortunately, maybe their line of thought does not agree with yours. What most of their spouses do is they keep quiet. You know, you don't want to antagonize him.
Hmm.
You understand? You don't want to antagonize him, but you don't want to support him because you don't even believe in what he's saying. If other people are, you know, maybe they are discussing and they are at different levels, or positions, they differ in their in the conversation. He's going to say, why did you support that person? And you'll be wondering, when did I support the person? 2 of you were discussing. I kept quiet. Or 3 of us were quiet. Only 2 of you were talking. So what they do always is they make sure that you are under duress for not making them to shine at every time they want to shine.
Wow.
Because of that, they are highly sensitive to criticism. You can't criticize a narcissist.
That's a big mistake.
You can't. No, you can't. So for them, everything revolves around them. They are the only people that must shine. And they disregard boundaries. This is what I want. They don't care. They don't care about you. Who are you? They manipulate you. These are a few things I want to say about narcissists, because I don't want the whole conversation to just be about the definition of them. When, for whatever reason, I told you they love bombed you, you are married to them and everything and all those things. When you are now married to them, or you are in an exclusive relationship with them, and they are doing all these things, a lot of times,
Eliora,
you may decide to leave them because you cannot change them.
Hmm.
One thing I tell people is, if you are going to stay in any abusive relationship or with a narcissist, take it as a mother or a father that has a child that has special needs. They will not meet all the milestones other people are meeting. There are things they may never be able to do. So don't let your expectations be high on things that will disappoint you.
Hmm.
So somebody that has a special needs child, maybe the child has CP, so it has grades. It can be very severe, it can be mild. If it's very severe, the child may never talk, child may never walk. There's nothing you can do that will change that. You have to live with that fact. So it's the same thing about living with somebody who is abusive or a narcissist. Don't expect them to change. There's nothing you do that can change them. If they go for therapy, they may have some level of change. But then they have realized they have a challenge and looking for solution. God can change them. And don't forget the God factor. I don't joke with the God factor. But nothing you do can change them. So you have to live with the fact that I cannot change this person. How can I help my own mental health? Because there's no way you live with a narcissist that your mental health will not be impaired.
Hmm.
There's no way that you can live with them that your mental health will not be impaired. Your mental health will be impaired. Because those things they are doing are things that are affecting you. You begin to second guess yourself as a human being. You begin to second guess yourself as a normal person. You begin to second guess yourself as maybe you are beautiful. You've been seeing yourself, everybody have been telling you were beautiful, and somebody will just tell you, don't turn any.
Just
No, you are not
deflated you
beautiful.
like that.
You are not beautiful. If anybody is telling you you are beautiful, they are just joking with you. They are just playing with you. They are just manipulating you. You get to see less yourself. And I like what somebody has written there. Every human being has some level of narcissism in us, all of us. Talking of the people that have the extreme ones now. Because most of us, yes, I want to feel good. I want people to validate me. I want people to say, oh, you are wonderful, you are beautiful. Yes, we all have the traits, all of us. Of course, I have the extreme. I'm not even talking of the personality disorder now. That one needs to be diagnosed and treated. I'm talking of those that have the traits. Living with them, you need to set personal boundaries. Let them know. You need to communicate it with them. Not necessarily because they are going to not overstep the boundaries, but because those are your boundaries. When they're overstepping it, you can just let them know, I told you I don't want this thing. I told you I don't want this thing. Expect them to apologize. Don't expect them to say, oh, I'm sorry. They're going to say something nasty that will make you sad. Set your personal boundaries and let them be. And one thing they don't like is for you to ignore them. They don't like it at all. When they start all the things they are saying and all that, zero your mind out that this is not getting to me. It's a lot. No matter how strong you are, no matter how much you say, I don't care, don't forget we are emotional beings. It will get to you. If that is your decision to say, I am staying here. And I would like to say some of the reasons why people stay in abusive relationships so that we understand where we are coming from. Some don't want to be labeled as a divorcee. There's a video I saw I think it was last week or so, about a lady that was talking about women not being given, single women not being given accommodation. As you want to rent a house, you have your money. They will not give you a house.
Wow.
Because you are a single woman. It happened to me, and I wanted to get a house. When I tried, I had to go and borrow a husband.
Oh no.
Yes. I had to go and borrow a husband. I had to tell a friend, I said, I'm having this challenge. He followed me to go to see the agent. And I got there. This agent just did not talk to me. I don't know if this light is too much. I just removed
No,
it.
it's not.
Okay, light
Uh-huh. We see you.
it. This agent refused to talk to me. He was talking to him. And at some point, that one had to tell him, because it's not my husband, it's not my boyfriend, it was just a friend. So I can married people come into a house, they are only going to be seeing the wife. So I told the man that my business majorly is in Calabar. So I stay in Calabar a lot, but we're coming to Lagos, so you'll be seeing me. So at times he will come for the meeting of the estate, you know, so that at least they see him and feel, okay, I have a husband. And the man that this woman was talking to said, why don't you have a husband? Go and look for one. It's only men in Africa, it's men that should be renting house, not a woman. This is, I'm talking of last week. I'm not talking of 20, I'm not talking of 1950. I'm not talking of 1860.
Wow.
I'm talking of 2024.
Wow.
So a lot of women don't want to go through this. So they rather stay with a man so that they have that respect from society. Another one is about religion. I don't want to delve in that a lot. God hates divorce. Without that, a lot. Another reason is, oh, I don't want my children to live in a broken. Unfortunately, the home where the man and the woman are together and they are, is it a toxic environment? That is the
It's
real
affecting the
toxic. That
children
is the
already.
real broken home that the children are living in.
They're already traumatized already.
And some of these children will take these traits, like I normally say, monkey see, monkey do.
Do. Mm-hmm.
See your father behave this way, you see your mother behave this way, you don't know it can be better. So you grow up and the circle continues. So some of the reasons why people stay. Another reason is investment. When you are getting married to somebody, you didn't get married and think in the next 5 years, the marriage is going to pack up. What most of us sign up for is life. Till death do us part. So there are a lot of investments. You bought a house together, you have mortgage together, your retirement plan together. A lot of investments that when you leave, you are going to lose. So some people will decide, okay, of my investments, let me stay. So a lot of reasons are why people stay, not because they are enjoying it. At times we are flippant about saying, it's because it's because she's not feeling it that much. It's because he's not feeling it that much. Because one thing we need to realize is abuse is not gender specific. Men are being abused, women are being abused. And all these things can hold people. They'll be counting it for you, how many wives you've married, how many husbands you've married. All these things are things that make people stay in abusive relationships, to stay with a narcissist and make life miserable for you. But if you have chosen to stay, I'll read some of the things I wrote in my book, because like I said, I did a lot of research about this. If you decide to stay, you need to be consulting your therapist regularly. I told you it will affect your mental health. It will affect your mental health. You're an emotional being. I said it before. You see them as they are. Don't try to change them. Don't expect that they are going to change, because the disappointment will keep putting you down. Don't fall for their fantasies. They realize they are putting them their place, they are ignoring them and all that. They'll come back without their love bomb again. They begin to show you love, begin to do all those beautiful things. Is to take you to that level again and drop
down
you
again. Oh no.
It's a game for them. So they'll take you emotionally up. You are very happy, all the dinner, all the party, all the holiday, all those beautiful things. And you're like, my husband has changed. My wife has changed.
My husband is back.
She will cook that delicious meal for you, buy you gifts, do things. Those things that attracted you, don't be fooled by it. Because it will take you to that pinnacle again and drop you. It's a game for them. And it's a game they enjoy doing. You need to focus on things that matter to you. Take them out of the equation. Decided to stay. Take them out of the equation. They should not matter to you. They should not matter to you. Whether they go up or down, or they are long bombing, or anything they are doing, don't let them matter to you. Don't let them be like a piece of furniture in the house that you see every day. Dreams. Because they will so much discourage you, everything you want to do. Or going for a conference, you are going to see a man, you are going to see your side chick and all that. They know you are going for a conference. They know you are doing something to develop yourself. They know quite well that you are not doing anything. But they will so much gaslight you that even you be wondering, am I actually going to go and meet a man somewhere? Am I going to go and meet a woman? This is personal development. Focus on your focus. Don't lose focus. Don't lose
Focus on your
at all.
focus.
Focus on your focus. Make sure that you are making society better because of you. You have somebody that is letting you. You have somebody that is taking away from you. Somebody that you cannot build. Build the society. Something. You can go to an orphanage and go and bless them. Or go to schools and teach. Whatever it is that is your talent, your gift, give it to the society. To people that would appreciate what you are doing. So that when somebody is trying to deflate you, you are being you are being pampered, you are being poured in.
To create a balance.
Because every time you give, you are receiving joy, you are receiving happiness. It may not come in monetary terms, but the joy of making some people's lives better heals you, elevates you, makes you happy, gives you joy. Another thing is not expect fulfillment from that relationship. If you are looking for fulfillment in relationship, let go. You can't get it. Have your ideal relationship. This is how I want my relationship to be. I want to be happy with my spouse, my soulmate and all that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So kill that expectation. It is not going to happen. If not, if you look for it, you will never find it. Narcissists are looking for are obedient partners. They're obedient admirers. They are not looking for partners. Because partners work together. Partners do things together. Partners want, I want you to be happy. I want you to make me happy. I want both of us to be happy. I want to intentionally make my spouse happy. But they are intentionally making you to be unhappy. They want an obedient servant, somebody that admires them, that is looking at them as saying, oh my goodness, wow, look at this man, look at this woman. That's what they are looking for. It doesn't work like that. They are not idols that you are worshiping. They don't want partners. are dealing with them, you need to tread gently, correct them. Remember that anything that has to do with telling them this is how to do it, they see it as an attack. And it makes them to be so angry.
Sorry, Auntie Kemi. Even I'm beginning to feel emotional with all this thing now. Because
You're emotional.
seriously, it's a lot. So how do you now? I mean, you don't want to leave this person. You want to live with them. You want to cope with them. How do you even do nothing? You can't. How do you even relate? How do you communicate? Is there even
You are not
life safe?
nothing.
Just let them be
It's
in their own world.
It's the most difficult decision you can take. So I'm telling you, how can you protect yourself? Now you need to be selfish by making sure your mental health is protected.
Chineke God.
Yes. Because the more you try to want to get them to be your partner, the more damage you are doing to yourself. You can't get what you want from them. They don't have it.
And what you
I
don't have,
remember
you
when
cannot give.
you can't give what you don't have. That was why I used the example of the child with special needs. Expectations should be limited so that you are not disappointed. If the diagnosis has said this child cannot talk, a miracle can happen and the child will talk. Expecting the child to talk tomorrow, you wake up every morning checking, has she spoken, has he spoken? It's so
Just giving
sad.
yourself heart attack for nothing.
Just be sad and sad and sad every day. They have a self-image of perfection. So telling them you are not doing it this way. What are you saying? That it's not perfect, she's not perfect. That's what you are saying. When you are saying, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you understand? It's somebody that wants something to work that you can do that with. You don't do it with somebody that is static, his or her way, that believes I am the best thing that has happened in this. Can't change it. And don't forget that they lack empathy. So they don't understand that thing that you are doing. They don't understand what you are trying to do. They can't put themselves in your shoes. They are crying. I remember something that happened to me years ago. I told you I've lived with a narcissist, even though I didn't know it was. And I remember that day, I wept throughout the night. And when he came in the morning, I knelt down, held his feet, and I was weeping. Don't forget, I've been crying throughout the night. And after a while, I will never forget. He said, have you finished?
Oh, no.
I want to go and take my bath.
Oh, no.
He did not ask, why were you crying? He did not ask anything. He just said, have you finished? My tears were on his feet. I didn't know what to do. Just left him. And that led to a lot of things for me. I became suicidal. I even attempted it. That is how bad living with a narcissist is. They lack empathy. So don't look for it from there. You can't get it. You can't argue with him. It's a futile mission to argue with a narcissist. And it can lead to unpleasant experiences. Don't forget that grandiose thing they've given themselves, that grandiose importance they've given themselves. Trying to deflate it by telling them what they are doing is wrong lead to anything. Some of them can begin to beat you because of that. So it can lead to a lot of unpleasant experiences. So it is not necessary. Don't argue with them. It can lead to anything. And one other thing that it can lead to, because in this my book that I wrote, I said abuse can lead to death. That ways. can lead to death from the abuser. It can lead to death from the victim. The day the victim will just, you have it up to here and you just turn. And the person can do anything.
It can flip at
Can lead
any minute.
it can lead to murder suicide. We've seen people that will kill their children, kill the husband or kill the wife, and kill themselves. So that is it for them. That is why don't argue with them, because they are not going to change. So what are you discussing?
Can I read some comment from Mommy Elbeta, please?
Please do.
Mommy Elbeta says, living with a narcissist may feel difficult, but it is possible to preserve your well-being with strong boundaries, a solid support network, and a therapist who is informed on narcissism. A man or woman can fall into this category. That is if the person understands or accepts that there's a problem and is willing to go for help. More. The thing is, okay. Narcissistic traits, tendencies, and selfish behavior have become more normalized in Western culture in particular, with an emphasis on the individual at the cost of community. Individualism is rampant.
That's true.
And goes further down to, I think I missed one. Most of the time, when we refer to someone as a narcissist, it's because we have experienced them as consistently acting in a self-important, selfish, and insensitive way. So it's not just about,
that's true.
I mean, I was selfish at yesterday, and then I was feeling important 2 days ago. But is it consistent? That's the key word there. Is a pattern.
Yes. It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
So
it's a pattern. Thank you very much, man. That's the truth. It is a pattern.
And then lastly, unfortunately, you might have heard that a narcissist never apologizes. This is necessarily true. This isn't necessarily true. Narcissists do sometimes apologize, but not in the way that is expected. Narcissists have a hard time showing empathy for other emotions and are also prone to manipulating others for their own benefit. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I told you that, yes, when they apologize, the apology is
there is a
apology. No, the apology is an apology, because you just be wondering, are you apologizing or what are you trying to say? They leave you in a confused state. They are unwilling to keep your boundaries. So they will test your limits several times. They will test your limits several times. They will push and push and push. If you back down, they will never take you serious. They've not taken you serious before anyway. And be skeptical about everything a narcissist tells you. Be skeptical.
This is serious.
What is he trying to do? What is he trying to get? Why is he doing it? Those are questions that begin to go on in your mind. In reality, he has done it. I told you he will come in, it will go up and down. It's a yo-yo relationship. Takes you up. Immediately he sees you have stabilized, you don't care about him or her, you are just, like you're in your cocoon, just enjoying life, just having fun and all that. He will come. She will come. Love bomb you, begin to do things. Is this how you are going to leave your husband? Is this how you are going to abandon your wife? And we are living in the same house. This. Take you to that peak
emotional
again
blackmail.
And drop you. That is it. So you should not allow yourself to be by hit or her bait. Every time he comes or she comes, I'm coming to take You are coming to take control of my life again.
Hmm.
You are coming to manipulate my life again. Also, I said, you need to protect yourself if you decide to stay. When you do this thing and you are like happy, stable, they feel threatened. They feel threatened. There's nothing to feed on again. He's gaslighting you, you are looking at him. He's manipulating you, you are looking at him. He's lying, you are looking at him. Anything he says, you are just looking at him. Okay, that's fine. All right. No emotions from you, because that's what he feeds on. She feeds on. You're not angry, you're not jumping up and down, you're not go and report him to this, go and report her to this person. You are just on your own. They don't like that because there's nothing to feed on.
Hmm.
So when it gets to that level, try to manipulate you again. All he's doing or she's doing is to make you to relax your boundaries. Is to make you to feel a couple. It's for better, for worse. We'll do it together. We'll, take you to that level again, to begin to trust him or her, to begin to love him or her, to begin to show compassion, love, and everything to them, and they drop you again. One thing the narcissist will do with you, your self-esteem will plummet to the ground. So to stay with them, we have the first thing I said was you need to be seeing your therapist. I'm not talking about his or her therapist. So you that are
You that
decided to
are in
stay,
that relation, oh my God.
you need a therapist that will be helping you to stay at ground. That will be helping you to stay stable.
To be check and balancing you.
So when that is going on, your self-worth you begin to build your self-worth again. Self-esteem will come up again. It will help you to filter his or her criticism. All those things that he says or she says that puts you down. Self-worth. To give an example, I have a PhD in whatever. Come to me and say I am not educated. Doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? I look at myself in the mirror. I see a beautiful girl. I say I am ugly. If my self-esteem is low, I will believe you.
Hmm.
If my self-esteem is high, I'll be looking at you and say, you that is blind, better go and look for glasses. This fine girl. Understand? So you'll be able to filter the criticism. It will no longer get to you. The criticism no longer gets to you. Mental health is no longer affected. Go to work, you get promoted, and he said, promotion, or maybe you come home and say, 10 of us were promoted, this, because they just pitied you and promoted. We wanted to promote other people, they promote you, you think you got the same promotion. Or you have slept with your bosses, you come back and say they promoted you. So a lot of criticism, a lot of things that will deflate you. Well, your self-worth will make you realize that you have everything beautiful that is going on with you. Realize you have what it takes to be who God had created you to be. It will make you to focus on your purpose in life because God created you for a purpose. You're not an appendage of anybody. So you focus on your focus, like I said earlier on. Do those things that make you happy. And you need to detach yourself from his opinion because his opinion does not count.
Or her
They
opinion.
lack empathy. So everything they are going to say about you are things that will demean you. So his opinion does not count. Just like I said, somebody that has PhD and said the person is not educated. The PhD is in Yoruba. It's still education. No, that is it. It is still education. If it is good, you to run it now. So when we look at these things, you have made your mind to stay, detach yourself from their opinion. And the last thing is have a strong support system elsewhere. You need a strong support system, but it has to be elsewhere. The best support system ordinarily, ideally, should be from home, from husband to wife, from wife to husband. It should be your greatest support system. But you're not going to get it from a narcissist. So look for your support system elsewhere. From your siblings, from your family, from your friends, from your colleagues, from professionals. There are people that have gone through narcissism. There are groups of people that have gone through that, and they have association.
And
Get your support system there. Yes,
I'm going to read comments and then we're going to take question.
Okay.
Because we've used an hour already. So
yes,
we have 30 minutes more to go. Mommy Elberta says, where is it? Sometimes when a woman has been betrayed.
Her hand, so when you finish.
Yeah. When a woman has been betrayed and abused by a narcissist, she chooses to stay in the relationship. Her reasons to stay are hers alone, and she should not be judged for choosing to stay. But often victims feel stuck knowing that their choice to stay is causing them harm and that the narcissist isn't going to change. What can they do to survive and thrive when married to a narcissist? And Mommy gave some answers, which include the things you were reading at the moment. Part of it is, what's wrong with this, my hand? Know how the narcissist operates. You can predict their actions, manage your expectation, like you've been saying. Don't expect any miracle from them. Know who you are and guide your mental health. And set clear boundaries. Don't lose your compassion. That means if you lose your compassion, you are losing yourself, which is very, very important. Mommy, okay, can you just come in, man?
Thank you very much. Thank you to our sister for that awesome submission. The thing is, my only question is, oh God, how do I phrase this? It's about the churches of God, talking about a support network, okay, out there. Okay, let me speak about, what is around us. Many of God have actually let so many people down, victims, I would say, because they thought a church should be actually. I would think a church should be one of the strongest support networks.
Yes.
When all these are happening, and they run to the church and the abuser happens to be one of the elders. Oh, or even
the pastor.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't want to mention okay, or one of the hierarchies in church. So what do? The thing is, they turn against the abuse, and they no, because you are no this and that, and they turn things around. There was a story before the lockdown that a woman had to jump in front of a fast train.
Oh, wow.
Because no one would listen to her. He was at the end of her teters, and she was, even her own children turned against her. I said, no, if the pastor is not supporting you, mom, I don't think we can because we didn't see what daddy is doing. I mean, what wrong daddy is doing to you. The thing is, this man is so clever, he's so compassionate when people are there, but when everyone are not there, this woman suffer. She suffered a lot. Emotional abuse, all sorts of this and that. You know, she wasn't like flogged physically, but she was being flogged.
Yeah.
She was battered
Emotionally.
emotionally, and she just thought, no one is talking to me. My sister, even said, "Don't call me again."
Oh
we've not seen
no.
Wow.
what we're doing here. We've not, and I'm still blaming myself. Maybe I should have fought harder for that woman because I happened to be a lonely man in a manger, then because people will say because she's a woman, oh, now you want to support her, she's just putting it on. You see, she's just an attention seeker.
Hmm.
She was being labeled by so many things, but I intensified on this, that please, can you find out that, can you just, call these people, and can you just make peace and everything? But they were like, no, 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 no. Pastor so won't be that cruel,
Hmm.
because somebody that will preach and you want to lick their mouth. They will sugarcoat things and you want to say, oh, there's my heaven open. But
Hallelujah.
then inside, he is an ogre. Okay. So he drove this woman into a suicide. The
Yeah.
woman had passed. She passed. Then after a year, when the man remarried, then the truth surfaced.
Because he's gonna do the same thing.
The
Going to
same
do the
thing.
same.
So the woman now, the new wife, the new partner now said, "Oh my, no, I ain't taking this. I ain't taking it." She was so vulgar. She was so bad. So we now had. But then people were now saying, "Oh, well, we're sorry. We didn't know the intensity. We don't know the. We have, you know what? So
That down.
I've left so many victims down
Hmm.
because we and the society that we are today, we are so judgmental, even
Yes.
without seeing the facts. We
Yeah.
just read the comments, we just read the phrase why it's been, but do we find out, do we really make our research before dishing out whatever it
Conclusion.
is? So where do we go from here? Because we keep failing people. Especially our young adults, people that just gotten into a relationship, people that just gotten into this, and you know what? Because I'm a woman, I'm not talking just about yeah, there are women, narcissists as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some are even
Yeah.
so brutal. They are even more brutal than men, honestly. And the guy was like, mommy, this girl, honestly, I studied something. I was talking to, and a call came in, and he shivered, and he couldn't pick the call, ran from us, and started answering, and I could hear arguments and everything. And I said, darling, is anything going on? Is everything okay? And he was like, oh, mommy, I think I'm tired of this. I don't know. Then he began, opening up. Yes, he's not my son, but I took him as a son. Opening up to me that, this girl, hey, no one must talk to me. No one must this. Oh, every women numbers on his phone has been wiped off.
Oh
He
no.
was out to just he was not even allowed to stay too long in his parents' place. I said, oh well,
Wow.
Okay now.
it's not the way for you. It's better. Those are red flags. that you should know.
Major
But
ones.
now, because sometimes we don't really follow. We follow our heart. We don't follow our head, and we need that because we're in love. Oh, we're in love.
Yes.
I love too much. I love too much. Then we get ourselves in so many mess in this dirt a dirty swimming pool. Not knowing what lies beneath. There could be snakes, there could be crocodiles, there could be anything.
That's true.
So
That's true.
where do we go from here?
One thing I believe we can do, because I know in reality the church has failed people. Reality. One thing that is happening, I had a meeting a few days ago with a group of people, and I said a lot of things we are doing. A friend that said there's a place for prayer and there's a place for powder. Not to rub powder when you should be praying. When you should rub powder. They serve different purposes. Thing is, a pastor. Pastor is not a counselor.
Bam.
Pastor is not a therapist. There are professionals that understand all these things and know what to say. A man crying for help, and you tell them to go. God hates divorce. She dies when he dies. Does God love suicide, or does he love murder? Does he love his children dying? That's a question we don't ask ourselves. So what we need to do in churches is we need to engage professionals to handle professional things. That woman that jumped in front of the moving train, she was depressed. And she's been crying for help. Nobody was ready to help her.
They were not listening.
There was a saying I used to say, I still say it until we stop. Some people would rather pastor feels a dead, they would rather bury a person than tell the person to leave his or her marriage because it's not working. They don't mind burying that person when the person is dead. They don't help that person to live. Jesus Christ did not come. He did not die for us to die. I don't know if there's non-Christians here. Apologies, please. He did not die for us.
It's about human being, really. It's not particular about church. It's about mosque. It's about any religion gathering.
I know it's cuts across. I know it's cuts across. The society. Do something that happened last week about this renting a house or not renting a house. And I remember the lady that was asking the man the question. He said the woman should go back and stay in her husband's house, the man that rents house. And the girl said, at the detriment of her life, even when the man is going to kill her, the man said she should go and respect the man.
God.
She must stay there. Say in Africa, women must stay under their husbands. This is 2024. I wept.
And slavery mentality.
I wept. Obviously, for such a man, that cannot leave a marriage and come back home. And there's a question I ask people: you rather let your child come back in a body bag or come back as your child? Because there's a difference. If she comes back in a body bag or he comes back in a body bag, he's going to be buried. You don't have a child again. So if being divorced and being dead on a scale, which one would you choose? But the question I ask people is, a mother may say, don't come back home. My father may say, don't come back home. I want to live, to fulfill destiny. I'll go and rent a room if I can't afford a flat. That is why every human being needs to be empowered. You must have something you are doing, either as a man or as a woman.
You have to be financial independent.
You need to. No, we are not even discussing that. It's akara, go and fry. If it is ofada rice at the junction, go and sell. If it is jollof rice at the junction, go and sell. Forget about your level of education. You don't get paid employment. Because financial independence gives you an edge of abuse. I'm not saying people who are rich or wealthy don't get abused. Don't understand me.
But most of the people who are stuck in there and who are scared to leave is mostly because of finance.
Not really, darling. Not really. Not really.
Not all.
You know,
most.
I deal with that. I know that's why I'm saying it gives you an edge. The edge it gives you is like you can take a decision. That's the edge it gives you. Can take a decision that I'm going to leave. But that you have the money does not mean you will leave. Considering other things.
Options.
Considering other things. I don't want to be labeled as a divorcee. And at times when I see people that die, my comment is always, and she died a missus. Mission accomplished. So when we are dealing with abuse, it cuts across every strata of life. Doesn't matter whether you're educated or not educated, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are physically able or physically disabled, it cuts across. The point is, how are you helping yourself? People will disappoint you. Church will disappoint you. Your family will disappoint you. Don't disappoint yourself. And don't disappoint God. I know churches, for some reasons now, for some things that has happened in recent times, rigidity may be a bit, we may become a bit flexible. Become a bit flexible when things like this are happening. You can call the man and say, no, what you are doing is not right. You can call the woman and say, what you are doing is not right. You can take that person out of that situation. You should be able to take that person out of the situation. But one thing I have realized is somebody that does not want to live an abusive relationship will not live. There's nothing. If you take her out, take him out, they will go back. So the decision to leave depends on that person. When I left my marriage, I didn't have £5. I didn't have a house. I had nothing. I didn't have £5. I can't say this is £5 that Kemi had. I was afraid to leave. I was like, where would I go? In a foreign land, what would I do? I wasn't working. A lot of things. When my mental health was impaired, and I was like, yeah, Sisi, you end up in mental home. This guy will move on. Don't forget, I've attempted suicide. Fortunately, I survived. I survived because the ambulance came on time. I survived. And I remember when my friend he was on holiday in the US, he rushed to UK and said, what happened? How? This. I remember what this guy said. He said I wasn't serious. If I was serious, he just bought a gallon of bleach.
A gallon of?
Bleach.
Never
forget. I remember.
Zero empathy.
That was what he said. And the guy was, he didn't know what to say. Just said, uncle, if she means nothing to you, she means something to a lot of us. He has siblings, her mother is there, me, my wife, he stayed. I was still there for about 1 year before I left. But I will never forget that thing. That was what he said. If I was serious, I just bought a gallon of bleach. So obviously, if I had taken that bleach, maybe I would have died before the ambulance would come. But I didn't know. I just knew something was wrong. I couldn't place how somebody else would think about that with another person's child. Because I'm somebody gave birth to me. I have family, I have friends. So we're talking about lack of empathy. It is not a joke. They don't have it. And for me, my own decision is I can't stay with a narcissist. I don't have to. I don't have anything I'm proving to anybody. I'm not proving anything to anybody. The only person I need to answer to is God. And he didn't send me out to go and die because I got married. So if anybody has decided to stay, remember you need your therapist. Don't joke. Don't do all these other things I counted without having your therapist, because you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. Support system, you discard everybody that has something negative to say about you and your marriage. Discard all of them. Take them away. Remove them.
Mommy, Alberta's hand is up again. Mommy, come in, ma.
Yeah, just to support you on people staying, and I put in the chat box already. The thing is, our society wasn't helping or isn't helping at all.
Please do not help him, ma.
There are many wrongs that we need to right. We need to right the wrong. Wrongs. It's not just one. The thing is, especially in the Western world, whereby your marriage is not working, it's a do or die affair. Just die there. You've left my house. You're not coming back in. This and that. And the taboo and the everything, the whatever it is that surrounds the being a divorcee, or okay, you left that marriage, or this and that, the illicit judgments, it's not helping at all. I think it's about time we open many eyes into this, that please, you are the person in that relationship is the only one that knows where the shoe pinches. No one. There's no one knows. So you know your capability. Okay, do I really want to continue staying here? And why can't I leave? And sometimes when people, even as strong as you may be, Kai, if you're married to a narcissist, yeah, it takes only the grace of God, surviving that marriage, because it will it will compress you, squeeze every little water out of you until you are totally dry and nothing. You have nothing more to give, nothing more to give. And you'll be thinking of what will people say if I should, because not many people, ask the art of a lion, like, oh, no. I think it's about time I need to leave this relationship, or else I'll go mad. It's not everybody, okay. Some will have the art, and some will say, oh, my children, oh, my children, oh, my children.
Yes.
We've gone through it in so many, honestly, you cannot stay in a relationship whereby your children, it's not, because you die, the children will leave. They will live their life to a full potential. The thing is, okay, I think we need to educate people more. There was a time someone, I said, look, because in that, don't let me mention, because I know I'm on here, man, we see him as okay, but a woman, this and that, but he's not a nice person at all. So I said, look, I'm bringing this, because the thing is, anybody in that gathering whoever is an elder in that church, in that organization, will behave so. There's
That's
no
true.
because the head is rotten already. They will behave not like, okay, yeah, but I mean, pastor or whatever, elder, whatever is doing it. So am I, So even if you are not doing it already, but because you see somebody doing it and no one is biting an eyelid, then yes, it becomes an epidemic in the church. And the women can't talk. They can't really raise anything. And it's the society. How do we go out there? This is why it's good to like create awareness for our children that are yet to be in marriages. That, oh darling, when you're going into any marriage, please open your eyes wide open. Let your eyes be wide open. Open it and get extra halogen at the back of your head. Even I know, if you can, because the thing is, if you are not there, you can't take people there. Some people, a survivor, that's been there, that's been through hell and back, in wherever, that you don't want your children experiencing such. You don't want children in such.
No, God forbid.
Relationship. That's the thing. Because the thing is, when things happen, they tend to want to blame the woman.
The woman is the one.
The woman is the partner, of the relationship. Oh, she's the one that is not submissive. You can't. There can't be submission without love. You love first. Love comes before submission. A woman that you love with all your heart, a woman that you pamper, a woman will automatically submit to you.
Definitely.
You don't force submission. We tend to like teach force whatever it is on the pulpit. You don't force it on people. Submission comes from the heart. Of course, you will submit by, okay, no, this man, no, I need to. No one is going to force it on you. But in our society today, oh, she's not submissive. Oh, she's not that. Especially when the woman has a little glory that she's parading about. Oh, you see now, she's not submissive. Because she's gotten this little whatever in her, because this, then before you know it, everything begins to nosedive. So definitely, we need to create awareness. We need to create awareness. We need to create awareness. We need to go out there. It is not that we are teaching, our girls, children, against their will-be partner or something, but they need to know. Some children walks into a marriage, with their eyes closed, in the name of love. No, love doesn't do it all. Maybe in the time of our mothers and fathers, 3 generations back, maybe.
Mommy,
but
Mommy,
now,
Kiki, I have a new slogan now. Now it's not about love, it's logic. It's logic. So you put love's one corner and then use logic. But then, if you just pray that as a man or as a woman, you don't meet with a narcissist. From the way Auntie Kemi just broke it down. And when this person comes with so much love, with the love bomb, and everybody's wrapped around the finger with this love, and you see, and you have your boxes and you tick all the boxes. What more can you do? So even just pray you don't meet with people like that. But even with that, when you feeling all those loving, okay, I can see love, but let me put love aside. Now we want to use logic, and then you don't want to overlook anything, even if it's just a drop of pain. You need to investigate.
Yeah.
That pain that dropped, I need to find the root of it. But if you are on the loving aura, essentially it's just pain. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. That can happen time. But when you use logic, you might find the root, the why, and the solution, and then you decide, okay, if this pain drops every day, will I survive? Can I stand it? Can I cope? Then you begin to reason. But if you are just, in that envelope of love, you cannot see anything. No. May God help us.
You won't see.
Man.
Another thing that can help is when the love, I told you, they can't act for a very long time. Don't meet somebody today and say, you need to get married next month. You need to get married in the next 3 months. No, they're always in a rush.
Yes, yeah.
They're always in a rush. They want to put you in that box quickly, be able to deal with you.
Child,
They say time will tell. You are acting, and actor can only act for a while. After a long while, the real him or her will begin to show. So I'm not saying everybody that comes and say, I want to marry you immediately, they are rushing and all that, are narcissists. But a lot of them are. A lot of them are. So time will tell.
So if a man or a woman is in a hurry to get married, ask yourself why. Take your time and evaluate.
Let's cut. Because talking stage gives you a lot of eye openers. Talking stage, if you allow it to go for a while, you will get to know that person, because they can't act for too long. One thing before we close, I think somebody is raising his or her hand, is, I don't know whether you deal with this later, at one time. Why does somebody keep attracting abusers or narcissists? Is a question I want us to go and think about.
I will answer a little bit of it.
One.
I will answer a little bit of it now. Mommy, come on, ma.
Oh, yeah. Just advice to our children who are in a relationship or not yet in a relationship, and an advice to we parents as well. Maybe your child or your children, maybe one or two, have reached a certain age in their lives, and you're like, come on, I mean, I've not seen you with anybody. Yes, it's good. It's all right. As parents, you need to worry. Okay, what is my child seeing? Or this and that, you need to worry. And the child comes, no, I don't know, mom. You know what? I don't know, because our children even they don't want to get married these days. God help us.
Amen.
That's another thing on his own. But we don't. I mean, I've had a mother called me and said, Reverend, my child is 32 now. She hasn't brought anybody home. I'm worried. I said, yes, it's okay to be worried. I don't even care. Just for her to bring anyone. Don't ask her to bring anyone home. And you know what? That child, I mean, well, not a child, she's a woman, brought someone home that every day they were still cutting. We beat her black and blue, because this woman was so desperate to be a grandmother. I said, look, you have done this to your child. You have done this to her. Now she wants to make mommy happy. She wants to make mommy happy. She needs to this. Even the lady, the woman got pregnant. The man used whatever punches. Yes, she had miscarriage. At 5 months. I mean, what sort of life is that? So even we parents must be very, 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 very careful. So may the Lord continue to lead us. All right, I will just stop there.
Amen. Thank you, ma.
God bless you, ma. On what Auntie Kemi said earlier on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, on why you attract the negative. I was actually asking myself that question. So I began to make a bit of research, and this is the answer I got back. Personally, because I'm very empathic, and even without me knowing, unconsciously, you just want to help.
Yes.
You just want to be there. You just feel you want to heal. You want to help. You want to be understanding. You want to lift the person up. You just want to nurture. So you are like a magnet, a mother, and you just pick those things up. And you just pick them up like that. Oh, don't worry, I can help. I can help. I will lift you up. I'll do this for you. I'll help you. I'll help you. And if you're not careful, in the process of you trying to help, you might as well destroy yourself in the process. But if you now understand your personality, not knowing is a problem. But when you now know that what is going on, what come I'm always attracting people I have to pull up, I have to, then okay, this is it. How am I attracting them? So what do I do differently? So it's not wrong, or is it a bad thing that you're empathetic, but you just have to do things differently? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay. You need to build the boundaries around yourself. Yes, you're a nurturer, but you're not a home for badly behaved children. That's not who you are. So when you have built yourself, when you have healed, when you realize, yes, I'm an empath, because at some point I said, I don't want to be this empath again.
It's part of you. You can't. It's your DNA. You can't.
I don't want to. I want to change it. And my coach said that was what God had created.
You can't do nothing to it.
Who God, if you want to do something else, you are changing who God has said you should be.
Yes.
So what you need to do now is build your self-worth, have boundaries. If this person is doing this, that means it's not the right person for me. This person is still going to come and abuse me. This person is going to come and use me and all that. So then open your eyes so you can actually see. They come. I say, Oga, wrong door. You are knocking on the wrong door.
It is well. Any question from anyone else in the house?
Any other question?
Or contribution, addition?
There was no man talking.
Thank you all for joining. Mommy Toyin is quiet tonight. EC, thanks for joining. Brother Wale, I'm sure he's at work. Thank you for joining. Amazing Grace, thank you. For some people being in and out. Thank you. And on Facebook, Mommy Fumi Martins, thank you so much. Brother Milola, thank you. I wrote a caption on the Facebook live, but I don't know, for some reason it went off. And all we've been talking all day, all throughout the night has been living with a narcissist. So we broke down what a narcissist is. And if you find yourself married to one, it's not about if you're a wife or a husband. It could be any. How do you cope with them? And what to expect, what not to expect. If you want to stay in there, what will happen and what will not happen. And if you want to leave, be prepared. Whatever decision you want to make, weigh and check, balance everything. And it's not about what people are going to say at the end of the day. It's about you. Self-love. Very, very important. It's been a beautiful night. Thank you all on Facebook and on Zoom. Until in 2 weeks' time, that is 8th of February. We'll be back again. I've got a juicy one. Okay, let me let it out a little bit. It's about being a stepmom and stepfather. That's going to be a chatty, interesting one. Being a stepmom, I'm a stepmom, so I have an idea. Let's share ideas together. What it means to be a stepmom, the challenges that you might come across. How do you help? What do you do? What you don't do? For people like me that are very empathic, sometimes we pass our boundary because you want to just pull everybody together. You want to overlove everybody. Everybody has to by fire, by force. But then you also need to remember your limits. There is a limit. There are boundaries. Until the 8th of February. 8th of February. It's a good night from me. I take care of me. God bless you.
All right, darling.
Everybody,
Thank
greet
you.
Auntie
Thank
Kemi for me.
everybody. God bless you.
Thank
you
you so
very
much, ma. God bless you. That was.
Thank you.
You did not introduce your book. You don't want us to buy from you. Mm?
Can you see it?
We put it on your chest. Oh, it's the first one you did?
Yes, it's the first one.
I need to run though.
Where
can we get it?
Repackage. It's on Amazon, then it's on Stella.
Okay.
I'll send the link to.
Okay, then I will put it on the broadcast.
Put on the broadcast.
All right. Thank you very much. Night, everyone, and God bless.
Good night. Bye. Bye-bye.